is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Almanac, The Dragon Road, one of my latest Kickstarters and one that I backed on a whim. And
good whim.
Finally, Scott Alms. There you go. That's how you make a good game. And colossal games, like, I know we're definitely in the minority. Scott Alms games don't work for me. He did all the Tiny Epic games. He did Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, Cosmic Colonies. They've just all fell flat for us. And then Colossal Games did they did Western Legends, which is hugely popular, which we didn't like either. And then the Kami-sama, which was okay. Kami-sama wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember backing this, and I was like, I don't even remember. I think I just saw it, and I was like, okay, it's like $30, whatever. Why not? I'll just more Kickstarters to cover. And when I got it, I was like, oh no, like it's Colossal and Scott. But man, this game is neat.
So much fun. I had so much fun.
Yeah, this one's really good. Like,
I love these kinds of games.
Like the storybook,
yes.
Kind of, yeah. Because they did an interesting theme where you're a caravan, like a traveling caravan, and my worry was that because each game is going to be somewhat different, because you're going to have different encounters going from encounter, and then depending on where you go, depending on who's bidding, you're going to go somewhere else on the map, and then have a different type of worker placement spot. But they managed to have the worker placement stay the same, with all the locations were there, with a slight twist on that spot, without it being like, oh, here's a whole, this map is hand management, this map is Ameritrash, they'd like have every game mechanic known to man, and they do Jack of all trades, master of none, where it's like it's all like they're all there, but they're all
just
bad.
Choose one, yeah.
And they didn't do that here. They kept it still worker placement. You place your meeples. You're basically gaining resources to either complete contracts or include your caravan and have a nice short little kind of adventure on each spot.
Yeah, you guys took about an hour.
Yeah, to go through 6 locations and just go back and forth. And it was one of those worker placements games where you didn't really know who was going to win at the end. Like, you could see the contracts that people are completing, and I'm like, I guess I'll go for the caravan route, and even then didn't even come close to how many points you were getting. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I thought it was a really neat premise. Like, Kat, what do you think?
I think it's great. I love pretty much almost everything about it. I like the storybook aspect. I like I liked the feel of it. Like, I like that it's kind of cartoonish.
Yeah.
In the drawings sort of style. I like the aesthetic of it as well, like of it being like an almanac. Like if you open that, you're like, okay. And as you go through, like, it even has a map, and that's very, obviously almanac.
Of the Dragon Road, yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's really cute.
Yeah, I really
enjoyed this.
I liked how each location, well, one they did for the Kickstarter at least, they had like stickers and spots for every component, so that's nice.
Yes.
The one thing they missed was a scoring pad at the very end.
That would totally be helpful.
You would think that they would have that.
Maybe they just thought it was just waste.
I mean, I guess, but yes, but each is like they had it labeled, so 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's the tokens for those pages. 6, 8, and 9 tokens for those. 11, 5, and 16 tokens for those. So depending on where you go, you're gonna have, at least it's somewhat organized to where it's like, okay, boom.
Yeah.
Another thing that I thought was really cool was they had, like, whenever you go to a spot, it's just like, oh, you do the arrival, okay, any arrival abilities of yours that go off from contracts. So I always like special powers that each individual person can get, and none of them were really broken. They were helpful, but they weren't like, oh, free worker or something. Like, where it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, like I had the one that's like, after you take an action, get 1 gold, but it's only 1 gold.
Yeah, which equates to 1 point. But I think your best one was the 4 less gold when you're buying a caravan.
Yes. Yeah, that one helped a lot.
But the thing that was really neat was so you do your actions and you do your placement, and whenever you're looking at the rules, all the rules are right there. So you don't have to read this whole rule book and be like, okay, I hope I remember all of these. It's just you basically have to understand your actions, which are on your little sheet here, your screen, and then you go and it tells you, hey, here are the rules for this. All the worker placement spots are the same, but if there's one that's unique, boom, it's right there, and you can easily find it.
Yeah.
But they also had, here's 2-player. Like, it specifically tells you the 2-player rule. So if you're looking for games to play with 2, this is a fantastic one. I never once felt like we were like, oh man, this would probably be better if we had another person.
Right.
You know? It would probably just, the only thing you would need more people for is the bidding. But even the bidding can be like, oh man, okay, where does she want to go? Because whenever you kept bidding for it, I'm like, damn, she's trying to get to her spot that's going to give her 12 more gold.
The one time I did bid, the first time I bid was, yes, I was trying to get down there, but then I realized it was too late. So.
Right. So I think that's actually kind of neat that they put in there's a reason to look at the map.
Yeah.
Which is
and it makes people nervous when they're looking at the maps. They're like, oh, what are they looking for?
Right, it's like, oh, how do I get there? And it even tells you what kind of encounters, and on your sheet it tells you your typical encounter strength.
I really like every location that we saw anyway. It was so cool. I like the creativity, and the encounters were really fun.
Right. I mean, and each of them typically have like 2 spaces that they all have 2 spaces you can go to. Eventually you will get to either 16 or 17, so the ending will be one of the 2.
I like that the end seems to put the emphasis on fun. It's like, okay, you got this far, just have fun.
Right.
At the end of the trip.
Oh, okay, well, try and get as many points. Here, this one was sell all your goods. I
was not doing that.
I needed to do that. That's all.
Ironically, I did not want to do that.
That's all I was aiming for.
Don't know what I thought I was going to get when I got there.
Yeah, I can't imagine this game is cutthroat at all. Like, I mean, it's a very light worker placement game where it's really easy to get goods. It's really easy to complete contracts, like for big amounts of points. I mean, you just have to have, like, all mine were 3 and all yours were 5.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to go for money, and I'm going to try and get as many workers as I possibly can to get more turn efficiency.
Yeah.
I really liked the encounters, like in between the like the actual game.
Because sometimes that can feel cumbersome and too much. Like it's a mini game in and of itself.
Yeah.
I think this one, the most we had to do was, roll a dice.
That was it, and you had the choice.
Yeah. Or
like,
roll dice,
and it started with the guide, and it's like, okay, well, the guide's in the lead, so he's going to get to decide. Oh, does he want to fight the monster?
Oh, no, he just wants to steal all the money out of a fountain.
Yeah, that was the only part that was kind of like annoying, because it was like, oh, I guess I have to do this choice then.
Because when they were like, oh, you steal a wish, I was like, oh, thematically I steal a wish. But then I realized, I was like, yeah, I literally took your wish. I literally took your turn.
Right, because I'm like, okay, I guess I have to pay 2 money.
So I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, but the variety is here. There are 7 encounters for each letter. So you're going to have variety, at least a little mini thing in between each one. But it's so quick. You just have a deck. Like, you shuffle these and pick one from each A to E. And it's like, oh, boom, okay, here's what you see. Yeah. Do you fight or do you run? And so you can build up your caravan strength. At the end, mine was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's like encounter E is 11 plus. Jeez. And it says it on here that so you can, like, I could probably beat, what did I say, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6. It's like I can maybe beat an encounter D if it happened to be fighting.
Because we did get one, the spider, that we were like...
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, we can't beat it.
Yeah.
But I like the really cool story. The Almanac story art on it. I'm pleasantly surprised.
I know
with this game,
especially because I asked you at the beginning before we started recording, is this cooperative?
Yeah, and I was like, nope.
I thought it was like a storybook game, and when I heard no, I was like, oh my god, like it makes these kind of games daunting. Mm-hmm. And so I was kind of expecting something a little more like finicky and annoying and something that I wasn't quite gonna enjoy.
Yeah.
But it's light enough that like that has really been the theme of tonight, was light and fun games.
That's true. That is
like
true.
that has been a really pleasant surprise from all of them. Like I feel like we Yeah, we played some really good ones tonight.
Which location was your favorite?
Um,
The outpost, the very beginning.
the one that really stood out to me was the one up in the sky, like held up by lightning or like
the
clouds
trees.
or whatever. Yeah,
So you had to kind of balance.
those were really like just the location was really pretty and moody. And yeah, finding like the balance to it, because you have to pay attention to these because the rules are always shifting in a very maintainable way, so you don't have to like worry too much. But it keeps it fresh. It keeps it exciting.
Right. Yeah, I'd have to look back and see if I can.
I can't remember it. It wasn't a favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
The one with the little mouse people though, that one was really cool.
Yeah, Skygate was really good. Yeah, the Yobgub Islands with the future, like the future telling. The Cloud Monastery one was interesting because then you had to place and you had to plan ahead and be like. So each one of them gave you, like, because a lot of worker placements, or not a lot. I mean, a lot of. I keep saying a lot.
Many.
Some worker placements are usually, okay, go here, do this. But others are, okay, you need to go here to do this. That lets you do this. That lets you do this. And then finally, oh, boom, after all this planning, now I can complete a contract. Here, it was the former. It was, okay, well, I'm going to do this. You had just enough planning where it's like, okay, I'm going to get some goods that I can then turn into hopefully getting a contract. Oh, wait, but like the what was it? The Cloud Monastery. It's like, oh, we go there, and crap, I can't go anywhere around him. And they gave you some little opening flavor text of why they're antisocial or something. And the way that how do they have this written? So the way that they have made this game, I don't even know how well this game did. Like on Kickstarter, like I feel like it didn't get a whole lot of buzz. I'm not seeing anyone really talk about it. Let's see how much it made.
This might be like a little hidden gem.
Right?
Which
Which
also
sucks because that usually means 520% funded. It made $31,000 on a pledge of $6,000.
Okay.
It was $59. Like, that's how sometimes when you get a Kickstarter and it's like, man, I didn't spend $800 on this and it's shit. You know, $59 for really nice art, like a really good spiral bound book.
Yeah.
The cards are pretty good. Like, I like this insert. It's not the best. I mean, it is a plastic insert, but at least they gave you ways to organize it.
Yeah.
And even came with stickers to place in the trays. They
gave us a lot of options too. Like like you said, like you explained the encounters, like how we choose those. Like that's really good.
Yeah.
The box is very high quality art, in my opinion. I think that looks so fun as like a book.
I think it's neat too.
Yeah.
But speaking of the book and the way that they kind of phrased it is, I wonder if they have plans to do like a different type of Almanac game.
Oh, maybe.
Because the way that they've done this leads it to where they can do Almanac whatever, you know, and give you another kind of story. Yeah. It's not really a story game.
Because they've already established that it's in like a fantastical world, so they could do anything. Like they could do underwater. Where it's just like underwater roads, like Atlantis. Like. Well,
this one was the traveling caravan, so in like I had a very Aladdin feel, almost. And, I mean, it's not. It's really the Middle East, but you could go more fantastical in that. You can put this game in different settings and just have very light but unique and fun pages.
Yeah, and they don't even have to do an almanac again. Like, they can do a different kind of trail. Like, it doesn't have to be a road.
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Just have the almanac header and then the subtext.
Well, if it's an almanac, it's a map of roads.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But yeah.
But the gist of it, yeah, they can do pretty much whatever they want with it.
They also had an expansion that we didn't play, Merchant's Manifest. So
I'm sure an almanac is a map of roads.
So basically it looks like these are unique unique abilities that you can have for your almanac. So like for example, while you have teardrops in all 3 blue crates, this caravan provides 1 additional worker up to a maximum of 6. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's see. deal 2 advanced starting caravan cards to each. Players must keep 1 and return the other. So that's pretty neat. Just gives everyone their own special ability.
Yeah. An Almanac is not a map of roads.
I didn't think it was.
It's
I thought it was like a...
weather.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Okay, Scott, we need some answers.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Because I'm thinking of an atlas.
I guess. I don't know what you're
I'm going to
thinking
have to brush up on my
Yeah,
maps.
yeah, look up your I'm just don't talk. Yeah, I very much enjoyed this, and keep doing them. I mean, I can't really think of like anything else. It was very digestible, very simple. That's the thing, is like sometimes whenever we play like simple games, it's like, okay, this is for kids, or this is very gateway. It's like, I can see that it's good, but I never want to play this again because it's just not, up to... I mean, I'm just too intelligent.
It's not up to our standards.
I'm just so much better than everyone.
Oh my god.
But
I'm the board game boy.
Right? I like light games like this, where it still gives me some decisions to make, and some choice, and it's like, oh man, okay, I can try and go this route, and like, this is one of those games that it's not like, oh, okay, I figured it out. I figured out the strategy. Like, it's going to be different. The caravans that are coming out, the contracts that are coming out, the way that you go on the map and the worker placement, how many people are there, special caravan abilities, like, it's there, and I wouldn't say this is a game that you play all the time. This is definitely one to keep on the shelf and bring out every once in a while, because then if you come across the same location we went to, we go to the tree one, like, it'll be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, I want to do this, instead of playing this all the time and being like, again, the tree one again, because there's not that many choices in the on the road.
Right.
Like,
yeah. They're finite.
Each location leads to 2 spaces.
Yeah.
And then you do have the plethora of encounter cards, but they're not so amazing that you would play like. But I would say even going this same route that we did, it would still be fun, but a little down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
feel
yeah. I think this was actually a huge hit. So, Scott, good job. He's probably never going to see this, but this is the first game by him that I have actually enjoyed, and I have tried a lot of his games. And Colossal is still a relatively new company. All of their games have usually been flops, but this one they really hit a home run on. So, do you have anything else? Anything else that you want to?
I do not. I do not.
Cool. All right. So on the scale of 1 to 10,
gonna give him a dang old 9.
9.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, I might be there with you. Honestly, I was gonna give it an 8, but surprise. I think with it being Colossal Games and Scott Alms, for it being so good, and I have very little complaints, like. Because I remember at the very beginning, I was like, okay, it doesn't say we can't go to the same worker placement spot, in the outpost.
Right.
And you're like, oh, well, maybe it'll say. And it didn't. Right. For the very first location everyone starts at.
Right.
And I was like, oh no, this is going to be one of those games where it's like, they just fucked it up and they didn't explain it. Yeah. But it was basically, only one person goes to one spot. And then it was that same. We never even had that question later on.
Right, yeah.
I would say that a scoring pad would be nice, not necessary because you have a phone.
It does cut down on waste though, because think about all the people getting scoring pads.
I like scoring pads. I like having it all right there. But it's also like
the planet thanks him for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a high scoring game, which feels nice too. And I like how it wasn't like I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, and I was like, man, she's going to blow me out of the water. But I came in.
I should have gambled. I should have just gambled more.
Yeah, like if you had sold, like you could have sold your 4 things for 6 each. So
no, I know. I just didn't have enough people to go there.
Oh, that's right.
I know.
Yep, you gotta know worker placements. Get more workers, you do better.
Well, I had a lot going on.
Right. So yeah, I think if this, I'm gonna give it a 9. I
yeah.
feel strongly of this, especially because it's a hidden gem that I backed on a whim.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, so, which does not bode well for my Kickstarter habits, because I'm just gonna be like, oh well, it worked for Almanac, so I'm gonna back this too. And I'm gonna be like, this sucks.
You have to get that feeling again and be like,
I don't even remember how I came across this.
You're up there drinking wine.
I mean, because I like the storybook thing. I like, Stuffed Fables. Was it Comanauts? There's another one, Aftermath, that I really want to try. I like that.
Arabian Nights sparked it for me. That was the.
Oh well, I meant like the actual all the stuff is on the.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You play on the storybook thing.
I feel like there's another one.
The only two I can think of are those. Comanauts and Stuffed Fables, because usually it's Flat Hat's kind of thing, their storybook. But yep, this one was awesome. So
Very cute.
that's our thoughts on Almanac: The Dragon Road. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.